welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jonna, and today I'm going to be sharing some of my old photography with you guys and sharing just like one, the picture, and two, little critiques about them maybe, and like comments, and show you which ones are my absolute favorites from back in the day when I used to be called Dig It All Media, because I digged it all. I'm just gonna go ahead and get started in the video because I tried to narrow it down to like just my favorite photos, but there was too many good ones to show, and I kind of want to go through like the eras of what like made me a photographer. So I thought this would be a really fun video to share with you guys. So anyways, the first era was my emo girl era, where I would take mirror selfies with my little digital camera. I have all the pictures pulled up on my iPad, so I'm gonna pull them up so I can see. That's my camera. I used to always carry that thing with me everywhere I went, and I always was taking YouTube videos and photos of just anything and everything. I love taking pictures of myself and my friends. And this was the little camera that did it all for me. It was my little Sony, and I loved it so much. That little camera was the era of my emo girl era. I love all these photos so much, even though they're not professional, because it's really what ignited my love for photography. So I count it as photography to me, because that was the first time I knew I loved using a camera. So all my little mirror selfies, all my little, you know, where you had to like flip the camera and like you couldn't even see what was on the screen. Oh yeah, I took those kind of selfies and I didn't even see what was on the screen. So what you're seeing like in like the flower picture is just a selfie like that, and that looks like real photography to me. I have another flower picture. The one where I'm sniffing the flower is so beautiful to me. That is literally just a point and shoot selfie, guys. I'm so proud of that one. And then of course we have little short hair Jonna. She is a different era, but it's leading into the next one. I'm still taking pictures on my little digital camera and taking the cutest selfies ever. I was so sassy back then. And also the JJ girl, that's my little emo girl name. Like tag name, I guess what you would call it. My little scene girl name is what I would call it back then. But you always used to put little like art or like clip art on your photos to make them look all cool and edgy, and like put your little name on there to post it on the internet. So those photos are part of the emo girl era, but leading into the next era is the 2010s. Before we go there though, I have these photos of my dogs that I found that were just like, they're like randomly in between, and they are actually me trying to be an actual photographer and take pictures of my dogs. And I gotta say, for a little 12-year-old girl, I think I did really good, especially in the one where I have my dogs Chloe and Tutu like sitting on these presents and stuff. Like this looks like it, you know, minus the background, looks like it could have been done in a studio, you know. And I love, you know, how I got the tree in there too, the Christmas tree. And I even put little bows around their necks, like a collar. And yeah, I did a whole little photo session, plus my grandma's dog, Sassy. I love these pictures so much because it's an actual photo shoot. Before those two though, or before the Christmas ones, I have these random ones of my dogs in a big patch of clover. I just think it's so pretty, and I love the clover flowers. I could go in and like crop it and crop out all the background or do something with the background and make these really nice. So I decided to save them on my iPad again, and maybe one day I'll make them really nice and share them for little Jonna. Next era is the IG Queen era. This is in the 2010s, so when Instagram was getting real big, especially in 2014. So like I said in the Scene Girl picture, where you would put your name or like all these little like stickers or whatever on your photos, out came where you can do photo overlays on your photos. So that was real big in 2014, and I'll pop a bunch of pictures up here of examples of that. I count these as photography because it led me into another era, so I'm just gonna touch on this one. But I used to love those photo overlays, and they got me into editing photos. You know, actually taking the time to put a filter on, you know, tweak the lighting, whatnot. You know, Instagram was all about that. And then came the photo overlays where you could use other apps to edit your photos and then post them on Instagram. Like, that was so innovative back then. In the 2010s was my bedroom photo shoot era, where I would just do random little photo shoots in my bedroom all the time. So I have like the Rocky Horror picture where I tried to recreate that. I have just a bunch of random pictures of me like in my room in front of this like big collage I made. I used to just love taking photos of myself and like setting up little like almost like studio areas, you know what I mean? And I would also like try to remake like scenes from movies and stuff that I loved. I've always loved doing that, and maybe I'll bring that back too one day. Because this is going to be the Dig It All Media era, and this is just when I decided that yes, I do want to be a photographer one day, so I want to practice. That's why I made Dig It All Media. That was my little business name for a while, but I since have changed it to Jonna Christine Photography because that's all about me now, and I wanted to change it to my name to make it more me. But Dig It All Media was my very early stages of trying to become a photographer. So these are some actual, like, I really did try, and guys, I'm so proud of these photos. I really am. There's a lot of different little like photo sessions that I did in this era. So I'm gonna try to divide it by that, but it's kind of unorganized right now, so bear with me. So I put out on my social media that, hey, if anybody wants any photos, I'm gonna be doing them for free to get my portfolio built. So that's what I did, and a lot of people actually reached out, and one of the first people I took photos of was my cousin Chelsea and her daughter Julia. They are so cute together. Obviously, still having issues with lighting in some of these photos, but I tried to play it off as like an artsy thing, which I think paid off, and it made it kind of look dreamy, you know, kind of. I'll show which one, like I'll pop the two that I'm talking about. Almost made it look dreamy, but it was really because it was very overexposed. So I did a lot of creative editing on those, and yeah, I'm gonna just say it, I'm not super proud of these ones because I remember all the work I had to put into those, and I still wasn't really happy with it. But now that I look back on them, I think they look kind of very stylized and almost like cartoony a little bit, which is kind of like their vibe. Like Chelsea and Julia, they're very like, they like anime and cartoons and like video games and stuff like that. So that's their vibe right there. So I think I saved myself with the editing there. I was learning still, and when I edited these photos, it made me learn even more on how to fix the lighting and to edit better. Then we have my friend Joe. This was done in a studio with lights and everything, and I just wanted it to be real moody. I wanted to do like that whole like half and half face kind of thing, and I think it turned out really well. I love the black and white vibe, and he's so like punk rock looking in the photos. I just love him so much. Now this photo shoot is my most favorite photo shoot I have ever done. My friend Sammy, she have like purple hair, and so I used purple and pink gels on the lights, And oh my gosh, the photos turned out so good with those lights, guys. I love the pink and the purple so much, and because she has kind of a fair skin tone, those colors really pop on her. And the little earrings, I love how those are lighting up and things like that. So these are my all-time favorite photos I have ever taken. Like, the first photos I remember being like, oh my gosh, these are freaking amazing and these are different. And I loved it. Then we have my friend Mason. He's also a photographer, and I think he was helping me out that day because we went to the same school together for photo and video. So I love all my digital media friends. I miss you guys if you're out there watching this, but we're always there for each other when we need help, like with photo or video stuff. We just hit each other up and we're like, hey, we're in town, like if you guys want to come help, and usually they do. Well, back then. We're trying to make it happen again now that we're all adults too, though. But back in high school, like if we needed help, oh yeah, I'll help you, I'm free. Literally, same day. So that is my friend Mason, and I just love his hair and the lighting. Oh, it was golden hour and it was great. We have my brother Sam. He was a model for me a few times, and I used to call him Sammy da Bull because he's wearing his Bulls hoodie. And we went down to the college that's in our town and took these photos, and he's just a super good little model for me, Sammy. And he was a big basketball player at the time. And then we have my friend Katie. That was another of the very first photo shoots I ever did. She is a great model too. So Katie, we got a model, girl, come on. But she did great. We had like the Christmas lights and played with those, and she had a great outfit, and just the vibes were great. I loved it. When Clayton became an Eagle Scout, and also for like senior pictures, I did some photos of him at a park in our town, and I love how they turned out. I think they're like very classic, like senior photos, and I wanted to add them in here because I want to get back into doing senior photos so bad. So whenever the summer comes, hit me up if you are in St. Louis or like the Jackson, Cape Girardeau area. Please hit me up, because if you need senior photos, I'm your girl. Then we have when I did photos of my Tri Sigma sisters. I just group messaged and said, hey, I'm doing free photo shoots if anybody wants to come, blah, blah, blah. And I set up little time slots for them all, and they showed up and showed out, my Tri Sigma sisters. So thank you guys for supporting me and helping me get my portfolio built. I love all the photos that we took together. This is kind of like a bonus one, but not really. We have like product photography, so I did a little bit of product photography for my dad because he was making these like cool like steampunk like lamps and stuff, and he wanted me to take pictures of them so he could post them on the internet and sell them. So I went to his house one night and took a bunch of pictures for him, and they are really cool, like fun lamps to like photograph. So it was fun for me too, and I think they turned out great, and that's something else that I want to get back into, is doing product photography and marketing. And the bonus round is landscape photos. I'm just gonna pop them all up. This is something I don't really do a lot, but when I do it, I love it so much, and I love how the photos turn out. So every time I'm on a photo shoot or location scouting or something like that, and I see something real cool, I love to take a photo of it and make it real artsy and edit it. And to me, like, because I'm more of a portrait person, landscape photos aren't really my thing, so I think of it as like not really photography, even though it is. And whenever I take photos like this, it reminds me of that this is beautiful. Like the arch photo, that is so simple, but the clouds and the way the lighting is on that arch, that looks like a painting or a piece of art, and I could sell that. So if you are into landscape photography, keep it up, because you can sell them as prints and stuff. Alright. So that was the bonus round, and that wraps up my video of all my old photography. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. Make sure you give it a big like for me so I know that you like my videos and that I should make more. Leave me a comment what your favorite photo was that I shared, and make sure you subscribe. We're getting to 500 subscribers this year. I can already feel it, guys. Bye! See you in the next video!